welcome along to the latest episode of the Laura and Becky show. Sorry, I'm laughing because it's about something we're going to talk about on the pod today. Just keep thinking about it. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I think so.
So we were on the radio. We got brutally sacked.
Brutally.
It was brutal, guys. I'm
terrible.
going to exaggerate this story, I think, every time I say it. Brutally sacked. No money, no clothes, no food.
Desolate.
We were on the streets, basically. And then we went on holiday to Mallorca.
Yeah, we're on the streets, but we thought, do you know what we do? Let's go to Mallorca and be on the streets.
Managed to get some money for that. And then we decided to do this podcast. And here we are.
We are now sponsored by East Midlands Airport, CASA Hotel Group and RedBrik Estate Agents. My eyes won't stop watering. So you're going to have to excuse me today because, oh my God.
Well, I'm kind of used to this now. This, you getting your... Why can't I speak? You're getting really bad hay fever this year, aren't you?
Oh my God. It's almost like a different type of hay fever I've never experienced before. It's all in the eyes and the sinuses.
The nose, isn't it? You keep telling me it's there.
Yeah, I've got my, I've got some steroid spray that I've got.
Where'd you get that from?
I ordered it on the internet.
Nice.
Yeah. So now, like, my nose is like, okay, I'm cool. It's my eyes now. They just won't stop watering.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, we were going to put.
God.
Oh Jesus. Oh my Christ.
God, Laura.
Are you okay? We were going to do a little plea, actually, weren't we? To see if anyone's doing the injection.
Yeah, please come and inject me.
She's desperate.
You can come do it here if you want, live on the pod.
Actually,
why not?
Great idea.
Yeah.
I'll have it as well.
Yeah.
But I think you have it in the bum.
Do you? That's fine. I actually prefer it in the bum.
Brilliant. That's the name of today's podcast. Sorted. Laura prefers it in the bum.
Right. Have I told this story before? Just quickly.
What, a bum story?
No. Well, kind of. Yeah. I think injections are better in the bottom because there's more.
It's juicier.
Yeah. So my doctor used to slap my bum before putting the injection in. Is that normal?
Can you tell me which doctor you go to, please? Because I'd like to sign up.
They did. And someone was like, what? I was like, yeah, to give it a quick and then you couldn't feel it. It makes sense
because he
to me.
smacked it, so it was like, what's the word? It's smarted.
Yeah,
it's
like,
smarting.
Oh.
That's a great word, isn't it?
Smacked it, injection in, bish, bosh, bash. Thank you very much.
Smacked it straight in.
Smacked it straight in. Boom, right, welcome to the pod.
Something really bad happened yesterday to you. I mean, obviously you've got this terrible hay fever, but there was something even worse that happened.
This is breaking news and it's sad news and I'm not over it. So we went to East Midlands Airport yesterday, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Now we have to go through special security. We got passes, but you still have to go through security to get through to departures.
It's like backdoor security.
Backdoor security, yeah. Anyway, I was very good. In the car, I was like, I'm taking out all my bloody fluids because I can't be bothered to like put them all in a bag, apart from my essentials, let's say, which was my nipple cream.
Yeah, you take that everywhere.
It's everywhere with me. I've taken it into the airport before. So we go through security, and I put my bag in. I'm getting, not searched, but I don't know what. Yeah, that's it. And this lady, she goes, excuse me. And I turn around, she's holding my nipple cream. She went, I'm just going to test this, okay? I was like, yeah, that's fine, yeah. And I wondered if she actually thought, where the hell has she got nipple cream?
But maybe you had sore nipples.
I think she wondered.
It's not really anyone's business why you've got nipple cream.
Anyway, so then I turned back round, got frisked. Frisked.
Yeah.
Right. Frisked.
She got
frisked. And then she went, excuse me, sorry, I'm going to have to keep this because I've just tested it. I thought, oh my God, she's going to say there's like cocaine in it or something. And I went, right. And she went, and yeah, it's got a substance on, you can't take it through. And I literally, you know, when you're trying to be polite, but inside you're like, what the actual F? I was like, right. So I said, can I leave it here and come back in that shit? She went, no. And I was like, what do I do? I can't be like, sorry, I can't go and do some filming for East Midlands Airport because my nipple cream won't go through. So I just went, okay. And she just went, blop, and popped it in the bin.
I was watching all of this unfold and I thought, I
could see you. You went, you're right. And I was like,
I did.
No, I'm not all right.
Do you know what I've just thought? As you were telling this story, and I didn't think this yesterday, I think that woman from East Mids wanted your nipple cream.
She was like, aye, here it is.
I think she just made up an excuse. She thought, I'm going to try this out.
Next time we go back, if she's got nice moist lips, I'm going to know.
I am
going to know.
So what are you going to do? Because you're nipple creamless,
I'm going to have to go and buy some more. I have got other lip balm.
But you don't like them as much, do you? You like the nip cream.
It's gone. It's gone forever.
So can we just say a little RIP to the nipple cream? We need to talk about Joanne quickly as well, don't we, from yesterday? So obviously,
when do we not need to quickly talk about Joanne? When? We should have a section just called Joanne.
Joanne!
Joanne!
Do you know what? There are so many fans of this, fans of this man, who listen to the show, who are just like, right, what's the latest on Joanne? Well, yesterday at the airport, he was in a meeting, wasn't he? Well, we did some filming with Amira, the social media girl. So we weren't sure if we were going to see him or not. So we kind of finished everything. We were getting ready to go, weren't we?
Yeah.
Then a figure appeared in the doorway of departures in a navy blue suit, looking very tanned.
Well, at this point,
haircut.
He walked in, but this is another story we'll tell another day, was actually at that point chasing after a pilot. So I had to leave. So I didn't see Joanne close up. I just saw him kind of walk in and I was like, oh, I'll be back in a sec, and legged it after a pilot, right? So you stood with Joanne for a little bit. Now you noticed that Joanne looked very smart and tanned and had a haircut, right? Did you tell him that?
I didn't, because I just felt a bit embarrassed. I just went, hello, Joanne, how are you? Good bank holiday weekend. Oh, good, lovely, lovely. And then you came over. Well, I thought you were going to lick him at one point. Literally like, hello, Joanne. Look at you. You were literally like, you're tanned. Have you been away? So you've had a haircut. Oh, you look nice in navy. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
I don't know what came over me, but he did look just very, very smart. And I think, do you know what? If you think someone looks nice, why not tell them?
No, you did the right thing yesterday. He looked, let's say, he looked very handsome yesterday.
Very dapper.
Yes.
Like he meant business. Just great. Joanne's looking great.
Meetings left, right and centre.
Oh, what was it? What meeting did he have after hours? What was it?
It was a really long name. No, I can't remember.
We were like, good luck with that then.
But there you go, Joanne fan. So he's still there doing his thing.
Joanne! You know, we were talking about merch the other day. Yes. We've got to have some kind of t-shirt with Joanne. Yeah.
Or
Joanne.
Oh my God, I've just thought. What? You know that we thought his name was Iowan, Lone.
The three names.
Yes. Or do you remember he was telling us a story when we met them for drinks last week about how he went into a bank.
Oh, yeah, and there was a loan everywhere.
Yeah, but they couldn't, they didn't know how to say his name. And they were like, are you here for a loan? It was all very confusing. We could be like, oh
God, here we go.
Get yourself a loan. No, listen, we'll work on this, guys. Yeah. He's going to listen to this and be like, oh, Jesus. Oh God. Had a lovely message last night, which I want to read out today. I'm not going to say her name, just in case, but I'm going to read out the message. Just wanted to message to let you know that last night I couldn't sleep and switch off and was panicking and my anxiety was sky high.
Oh, no.
What? Oh, no.
Oh, God.
What did I do? Got the Laura and Becky show on and listened until 12:30 p.m.
Go on, girl.
A.m. maybe. Anyway, and it helped. I laughed and it instantly made me feel better and relieved my tight chest. The Laura and Becky show is my CBT.
Oh, we'll be your CBT.
How nice is that?
That is great.
I know. Anyway, I have checked in with her this morning and she's feeling a lot better.
Great.
So that's lovely to hear, isn't it? Do you know what? I had a bit of a weird thing last night. And I don't get this very often at all, but I was falling asleep. And sometimes I'll get a really weird thought in my head just before I'd fall asleep. So last night, it was that me and Lily were walking along the side of a mountain and she fell down it and she was on a ledge which she couldn't hold on. Oh, God. And then I was like, oh my God. And I couldn't get to her and she was screaming for help. It's anxiety.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was. And I bolted up right in bed. And I thought, oh my God. And I couldn't get the thought out of my head. So I went on to TikTok, right, to distract me for a little bit.
Great.
And it did distract me. But guess what I started watching last night?
Right, I know you. It will be some weird live. I know it.
It was alive.
Was it?
Yeah.
What was it?
Well, it actually wasn't too weird last night. But I tell you what, this is the power of social media.
No man in a bed signaling to you to help him. No, not that. Not that one.
That story.
I don't think so, no.
We're going to need to tell that one
help
at some point.
Me. Yeah. Oh, no, I'll swipe off you.
We'll tell
no,
that
thank
at some
you.
point.
Right, so that's not right. It wasn't that.
So it wasn't that. It was... It was in London. I think it was called London City Walks, if you want to go and follow them, because it's a brilliant account. And it was this rather posh guy. And they were near, I can't remember which bit of London they were in, sort of like Parliament area. Anyway, they were doing a rehearsal for the King's coronation. And I thought, brilliant. So there I was, sat in bed, all cosy at about midnight last night, watching a rehearsal for the King's coronation. The horses were coming out. There was different people from the RAF, from the army there. It was incredible.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I remember watching that for the Queen's funeral.
Yeah.
They do it all like really late at night, don't they?
They do. Yeah. But I was quite surprised at because there was a lot of police there. One of them didn't come up and be like, you can't film this, because they were just letting this guy film.
Well, I guess you can, can't you? Public, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess.
It was. So I watched that for about an hour and a half last night. And then I kept wanting to fall asleep. But I was glued to this live.
No way. Have you followed him? What's it called?
Oh, yeah. It's called London City Walks. Go and follow him, because he's brilliant.
Okay, right. So it is Wednesday and we have a very special guest on today, and I'm excited about this.
Oh, so am I.
This is a bit of me and you.
Oh, God, yeah.
So I think maybe what we're thinking of doing in the summer is a little bit of a series on kind of, well, you're reaching 40, aren't you? And we're fine about that, aren't we?
Well, not
we're
really.
Fine about it.
No, I'm pretending I am, but I'm not.
I'm well into my 40s. I'm not over the hill. I'm in it. I'm swimming. I'm there. Yeah. And a lot, I hate to say it, Becky, changes in your 40s. And I think we need to prepare you for your 40s. Okay. So we need to look at maybe what clothes you're going to wear, or maybe what fitness you should be doing now you're in your 40s. And also
what I use on my skin.
What you should use on your skin. Now, we're not saying get a load of Botox, but it does help.
I mean, we are both fans of the Botox. And like you say, it's not for everyone, but we do like it.
Now, we've been looking for someone for ages to come in and talk about like your skin and Botox and fillers, and we found her.
Oh, we've got her.
She's a bit of us, isn't she?
Yes, I'm so excited.
And she's on the way next.
Okay, so now, as it's Wednesday, it's time for a special guest. We like getting guests on this podcast, don't we? It's our thing.
We do, indeed. And actually, this is something that we've been kind of talking about, isn't it? Like behind the scenes as well. So I'm turning the big 40 this year, which I'm very nervous about. I'm trying to like get in a good mindset about it. You are in your 40s.
I'm on the slope.
You're knee deep. And we've been talking about, haven't we, that our skin is kind of becoming different, and the products we have to use are different. Our hair's different. You just change, don't you, as you kind of like approach 40 or in your 40s?
When you're in your 40s, I think a lot of stuff happens. It's a bit like, you're a bit like, whoa. That's how I'd describe your 40s.
What's going on? Is it like a roller coaster?
A little bit, yeah. Really bad one. No, it's not. It's a really good one with a few loop-de-loops. Anyway, so we've been searching to have someone that we can talk to about all things, you say it,
Aesthetics. Why is that a word so difficult to say? Aesthetics.
So we're talking Botox, we're talking fillers and all sorts. And on Instagram, we've met the lovely Katie. So Katie is with us today.
Hello.
Here she is.
Thank you for having me.
Right, Katie, explain what you do. Introduce yourself, because it's easier if you do it than we do it.
Yep. So I am a psychiatric nurse, and I have been since 2008. And 5 years ago, I myself went and had my first ever Botox. Realised how amazing it was, how incredible the results were, and thought, like, I need to share this joy. I need to share this. And in my role, I always loved injecting. Prior to being a nurse, I was a hairdresser. So I'm a bit, I love making people feel good on the inside and on the outside. So it just felt like the right career move for me.
Do you mind us asking how old you were when you had this first injection of Botox?
Ever. So 35.
Okay.
35. But I felt like I'd been thinking about it for at least 2 or 3 years prior to that, but just didn't dare, take the plunge and have it done. And I think I just got to the stage where I felt I was aging way quicker than any of my friends. So when I looked at their skin, I think genetically I'm not blessed anyway. So, my family, when I look at them, they're very liney. I've got very thin skin. It's very dry. So this skin that would age not great at all.
Right.
So then I thought, okay, so I'd started looking in a mirror and thinking, I mean, not dramatically, but just thinking, is this it now then? Is this like...
You want the slippery slope.
Yeah,
We've all been there, haven't we?
Yeah. Is it just down from here for me? And at that point, I was spending more money on creams, hundreds of pounds on creams just to try this, try that, burning my face with the rock stuff. The skin was peeling off because I was putting too much on, Anyway, so obviously that wasn't doing anything. And I thought, right, okay, this is the leap I need to make. So had it. Within 2 weeks, it had kicked in. I thought, oh my God, why have I not done this before? Like, it was incredible.
I do the 2 week kick in.
Oh my God.
There's nothing like, you wake up and you're like, yep.
I know.
It's frozen.
It's like magic, isn't it? It's like someone's like waved a wand over your face and you're like, ping, oh, hello, 5 years younger.
Exactly that. And the thing that I didn't realise with Botox, so obviously, well, no, not obviously. So Botox puts muscles to sleep. So it stops you, for example, stops you being able to frown to make that line down the middle. Sometimes people have 1, 2 or 3 lines in between their brows. So for example, it stops your muscle moving so that you can't make that crease. Because as you start making the crease, over time, that starts to get deeper and deeper. So I thought to myself, right, well, obviously it's going to stop these lines from getting any deeper. But what I didn't realise, the secondary benefit to Botox is that it closes all your pores and makes your skin smoother, doesn't it? Did you notice that your
Yeah.
So it makes your makeup go on beautifully, doesn't it?
Yeah. So much nicer.
Yeah, it just glides on. Whereas before, I found I'd got to the stage where when I went out, I'd be putting my makeup on to try and make myself feel better and look younger or fresher or whatever that is. Then I'd go to the toilet in the pub and it would be sat in my creases, the makeup. And I'm like there frantically trying to pad it out of my creases like that. Whereas then when you have the Botox, that's no longer an issue, is it?
It looks so nice.
It does. It can be quite a scary thing, though. When you're thinking about having Botox, right, for the first time.
Yeah.
And I remember before having mine, I think I only had one area to start with. Yeah. I thought I'll go in gently.
Yeah.
Because you hear all these different things, don't you, that it's preventative.
Yes.
But then you kind of think like, oh, you shouldn't have it too young. So it's a bit, you're unsure of like when you should have it done.
Yeah. So people say things like this to me all the time. So this is how I describe it with the Botox is, say, for example, somebody comes in at 35 and they've got quite deep creases on resting face already, whether it's frown and across their forehead, those lines across the forehead. I always say to them, right, if they want to try Botox, that's their first time. I'll say, so for example, this here today is your base face. So if you have Botox for the next 5 years now, consistently, in 5 years' time, when you stop having it, in those areas where you've had it, you'll just go back to this base face where you are now. So those areas won't have aged in a way that they would if they kept moving, if they kept raising and frowning, because the lines aren't getting deeper, and it also softens them as well. So in saying that, if you start when you're even younger, before the lines even get there, when you decide you're then not having it, you go back to that base face, which is one without the lines.
Should have had it done at 20.
I know. I'm wishing I'd gone a few years earlier now.
I definitely wish I had, because now for me, so, and then there's always the worry, isn't it, that people say, is it that once I start having it, I can't stop having it? No, of course you can. You can have Botox once in your lifetime and never have it again. There's no detriment to your skin or your face other than you will just look at your base face and then you'll age with that.
That's a really good way of describing it.
Can you recommend the best age to still having it done, or is it literally just whenever you feel like you're ready?
There isn't. So that's another thing. So ladies will come in to me and say, what do you think I need? And genuinely, my answer is I don't think you need anything.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anybody needs anything. Yeah. It's what you want. I love to see a face with lines on. Yeah. I love to see an aging face. Yeah. But it's about how you feel on the inside.
Yeah. It's about what makes you happy and what you're comfortable with.
Absolutely. So I will then say to them, what bothers you? And then they always laugh and say, right, here's the list. Yeah. Do you know? there's a list as long as my arm, and I'll go, right then, start at the top of the list and tell me what bothers you.
Yeah.
And then they'll tell me this list. And I also often say to them, just say, for example, there's 5 things on the list that the dislikes, particular lines on the face, or, you know, whether it's a jowl area or they feel like they've lost volume or whatever it is. I'll say, if we start at the top and maybe do even 1 or 2 treatments, what you'll find is when those areas don't bother you anymore, the other bits don't bother you anymore.
Yeah.
But when there's a couple of things bothering you, everything seems to bother you.
Yeah.
So
it's,
true.
Yeah. So it's not like you've got to have all of these things done. Often just having 1 or 2 treatments to take the things that bother you the most away, or soften it at least, makes people feel so much better, so they don't even notice the other stuff anymore.
That's what I did when I first started having Botox, because you have like different areas, don't you? I just had my crow's feet on my eyes done. And the difference that made to my face, just that, was insane.
Yeah. It opens your eyes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It really opens your eyes. And that's what I found for me. I felt I'd got people saying to me, I mean, I had aged much quicker, and I'll show you my before and afters later. And people are always really, really surprised to see that.
Okay.
I've never put it on my Instagram page or anything, because I just feel a bit too vulnerable to put it on there. But I'm so happy for anybody to look at it and see it, but it's not then on the internet for everybody to see. But yeah, so I'll show you later.
Oh, love a good before and after.
I think it's way more acceptable now, even than I would say 5 years ago having Botox. It was like a
Absolutely.
secret thing. So we were talking earlier. My husband didn't know I had Botox.
Yeah, and I get that a lot.
But I think that actually is credit to the lovely lady who is no longer with us, who used to do my Botox.
Yeah.
Because she did it so well that it wasn't massively obvious. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yes, you
And I
didn't
think
look frozen.
people
or
look at you and go, bloody hell, you had a lot of Botox. You'd think, oh God. But actually, they don't notice. That's great.
That's exactly it as well. And that's what I'll say. So, you know, a lot of these treatments get a really bad rep. So I know a lot of the ladies that come to me, and I have a lot of gentlemen as well, more than you would think actually, but a lot of the ladies that come to me, or the girls, will say, I've not told anybody I'm coming. So I've not told my partner or my mum or my dad, because they'll judge me.
Yeah.
Because they don't give them credit that they've already done their research as to where they're going. Yeah. And because I always say, if you can tell somebody's had some work done, it's bad work.
Yeah.
It's bad work.
Yeah.
So the lips that you see walking around places that, you know, that you can really tell are filled, that's bad work.
Are you talking about duck lips?
The duck lips, the trout pout. That's, you know, that gives injectables a bad rep. Yeah. Definitely. Because if you just see somebody that is looking good for their age. Now, I don't know what the exact percentage is, but in my head, I think there's like a 2% of people genetically, naturally age amazingly.
Yeah.
The rest are having good work. The rest are having good work. And then you can see the ones that are having bad work.
Can you always spot people, like, you know, when you see celebrities and things, or even just, you know, normal people, but it's very subtle. Can you still always spot it now that you're doing the injections?
Yeah, I can. But again, also, you can see bad work a mile off, can't you? And then sometimes I'll look and I'll think, well, what is it that's making you look a bit strange? Like, why do you look a bit strange?
Well, I mean, I think as well, let's bob on filters. So, of course, you've got like Facetune and things like that.
Yeah, I know. And
so,
they're
like,
incredible, aren't they?
Incredible.
Yeah.
So, for example, literally today, was it today or yesterday? Pictures of Meghan Markle have come up. We haven't seen her for a while.
Right.
Now, you look at her, there's something about her that looks different. I can't figure out what it is. She looked beautiful.
Yeah.
But there's something different about her.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably a sign of quite good work that she's had done, because you're not like, bloody hell, she's had her fillers done or she's had her nose job, but she looks slightly different.
Yeah. Have you seen these pictures?
No,
of her?
I haven't seen them.
You have to have a look and see what you think she's had done. Yeah.
My friend sent on the group chat the other day, Cheryl Cole. Because did you notice? And I said, I think that's, it felt forehead around the eyes. So I think it's Botox that's maybe gone a little too heavy.
Right.
I felt, I may be wrong. It's either too much cheek filler or that a Botox is too heavy. But I mean, she's beautiful, isn't she?
Beautiful.
Yeah. Stunning.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that'll wear off. And this is the thing with Botox as well. So good Botox, bad Botox, there's 6 weeks between it.
Yes.
Botox lasts 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
And if there are any complications or, any dropping of any muscles or like a heavy brow, for example, within 6 weeks that will wear off. With filler, it's dissolvable. So if you were to ever go anywhere and have filler that you didn't like or you weren't happy with, it's dissolvable.
So straight away you can
you can have it dissolved.
explain the difference between Botox and filler.
Right. Okay. So Botox is usually, not for everybody, but a treatment that you would have from the eyes upwards. So you'd have it around your eyes, in your frown area and your forehead. And that is a substance that puts your muscle to sleep. So it's the tiniest needle, and it's a small amount of solution is injected into that muscle, and it puts that muscle to sleep. It takes up to 2 weeks to kick in, and then it lasts for between 3 to 6 months depending on the person. Now filler kind of does what it says on the tin, in that it is a gel substance. Now, there are different brands of filler and there are different brands of Botox, and there are different firmnesses of filler as well. So depending on where you're putting it and the results that you want will depend on the one that the injector chooses.
Right.
Not everybody knows, but something that naturally is produced in our body is something called hyaluronic acid. Now, hyaluronic acid in our skin is the thing that makes it strong. It gives it its strength. It makes it bright, tight and rehydrated. The filler is made of hyaluronic acid. So it's something naturally occurring in your body anyway, that is then in gel form. It's a clear gel that you can like squish between your fingers like that.
Is it in some face creams as well?
Hyaluronic acid is, yes.
Yeah, you can shove that on your face, can't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Is it?
Yeah, fantastic for your face.
Is it better in serum form or moisturiser form?
Well,
anything, just
any
shove
form.
it on.
Yeah, because there's that. Then there's also a product called Profilo, which is concentrated hyaluronic acid, it's been dubbed the injectable moisturiser.
Right, spell that.
I know.
Where'd you get it?
Down.
Yeah,
Not much.
I know. It's
Right.
that's amazing. So
Okay.
that's why the French look so good.
What about collagen? Because we've been talking a lot about collagen as well, and I've actually been having a powder in my coffee every morning.
Yeah.
Will that do anything?
Yes.
Collagen gummies as well.
And literally bathing herself in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that as good as everyone says it is for you?
I haven't done any research on that, so I'm not sure. I've only heard good things, and it can't be doing any bad, can it?
Yeah.
But I haven't. I mean, Davina McCall, she recommends it.
Yeah, she
I
does,
listen to
actually.
Davina.
Yeah, she does.
I don't think she would recommend anything.
Do you know what? I look at Davina and I think she hasn't had anything done. Do you think? This is terrible. But she's aging very well. Her cheekbones are like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
She
got
had
like
any Botox, do you
0%
think?
body
Beautiful.
fat, hasn't she?
I don't know. If you look at her face, she's got lines.
Do you think?
If she's got lines and she's
Great.
moving, then the likelihood isn't.
She has
But
them.
again, I have some people that come, if they've got an event coming up and they want to look a bit fresher for it, they will have it just for that.
Just for that, yeah.
Or they might have it once a year to just keep on top of the aging.
Yeah.
And then there's some that obviously maybe Davina's just not even having it. Might not be for
Saying
her.
that, I obviously went from the crow's feet Botox to then in the forehead, but I went little by little, didn't I? I was like, just put a little bit in.
Yeah.
And actually mine was still moving, wasn't it? Even though
Yeah,
I had
yours
it, it was
was,
very,
Yeah.
very natural.
Yeah, so you can have a sprinkle of Botox.
That's what I had, a
I
sprinkle.
I have a tidal wave of it. Don't you sprinkle it.
You're literally going to put more in. Keep going.
I can't feel it. You keep going. I can say it. I don't mind the feeling of it. I quite like the
pop.
I don't
goes
want
in.
any cream to numb my forehead, please. You pop
No,
it. I'm
yeah.
not
Oh, see,
bothered.
I have the numbing cream on, but I quite like the boop, boop as it goes in as well. What's the main thing that people are having? So at your salon, what's the main thing that people are having at the moment?
There isn't a main. There isn't. It's all dependent on the person and what the area that's bothering them.
Yeah.
So depending on what the area is, I would say it's probably 50-50 filler and Botox.
Really?
Yeah.
God, it's so interesting. And you specialise in lips. don't you?
Yes, I
Yeah.
am a little lip obsessed.
Let's talk about lips. Well, first of all, thank you very much for the wonderful lip balm that you have brought in for us today. Because obviously, we got talking about nipple balm, didn't we?
We did, yes.
And so I'm excited. We've got 2 each. I love it. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
So lips then. So for me, I'll talk about my lip experience. I've always had quite big lips.
Yeah.
So I've never really thought, God, my lips are really like small. But I can imagine if you do have very small lips, you do look at people with big lips and think, oh,
Yeah.
I kind of wish I had like slightly bigger lips. So is that what it is? Is it just people want
There
bigger
are
lips?
so many reasons, and it's not really about a trend or anything like
No,
that.
it's
It's
just-
more about, again, confidence and self-esteem.
Yeah.
So, for example, I almost have some ladies with bigger lips come in apologetic that they're there. They're like, I mean, I know I've got a really good sized lip, but but I know what they're saying. So,
Right.
for example, I always say, I don't think there's and this isn't even from a sales perspective, but I don't think there's a lip on this earth that wouldn't benefit from lip filler, whether it's for symmetry,
Right.
rehydration, plumpness, volumes, or height to the red lip. So depending on the person,
Right.
yeah, I'm all
I guess
for it.
the thing is,
I'm loving this lip.
I am all
I'm
for
literally
it.
watching your lips, talking about lips, and I love it.
the thing is that you get used to your own lip size, don't you? So it's not like you're like, oh, it's just your lips are normal too. So you always might want them a little bit bigger, a little bit plumper.
Would
or
you have yours
whatever.
a bit bigger? I don't
Yeah.
think you need to, by the way. I'm just asking. Would you?
I would,
I
yeah.
think you've got lovely lips.
Thank you, Laura. I also think you've got lovely lips. Somebody did ask me once. It was a guy, weirdly, who I used to work with. He's like, have you had your lips done? And I was like, no.
That's a compliment,
It
isn't
is-
it?
is
you
it?
like the look of your lips.
He was looking at my lips.
I bet a lot of men look at your lips, Becky. A lot of them do.
But yeah, I mean, I don't feel the need to like get them done, but I definitely wouldn't say no to
Yeah.
having them done for sure.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
I think for lots of different reasons, and as well with the aging, what we find when we age is our lips tend to lose their volume and the top lip. So around the edge of your lip is where I call the definition, and then you've got your Cupid's bow there, and that generally, not for everybody, generally sits slightly off your face. Now, as we age, that tends to flatten, and then the volume, and then the lip starts to turn under. So, even my
God,
lady,
oh
I know.
It's all depressing,
I
isn't
know.
it?
So my ladies that come in, and they'll say, and they'll have come in for another treatment, but because I'm so lip obsessed, I'm like, oh my God, you've got the most gorgeous lips. And they're like, oh, they were always my thing, and now nobody ever mentions it.
No, they're always
I
mine.
know. And then I'll say, so, for my ladies that are 50s and over, don't ever say the phrase lip filler. I always say, would you like a bit of lip rehydration?
Yes.
Because it actually is the same thing, because the
Great way to
hyaluronic
say it.
acid in the lip is really hydrating. And the way that I do it, because I'm so obsessed with lips looking really natural, but just like the best version of themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great way to say it. You were talking about nipple cream before,
Yeah.
so I never go from lips to nipple cream and everything else. We're talking about it all today. But obviously, Laura, you saw, didn't you, about nipple cream? So Laura never goes anywhere without her nipple cream. It's changed your lips, hasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it will.
Yeah, but
Has it
quite
made them
sensitive
plumper?
lips. I don't know. I don't think so.
has it not?
Do you know what I've really struggled with is that my lips are quite weirdly sensitive, and also I have never, in my 46 years of being not that I was bothered about lipstick when I was young, but I've never found the perfect shade of lipstick. I quite like the colour of my lips. So
Yeah.
I quite just like having a bit of like, not too glossy, bit of a
Sheen.
shine.
Yeah.
And I like my own, I don't think lipstick suits me, basically. So I've always got these lip balms, but they make my lips go dry. My lips are like, nah,
Yes.
don't like that.
Yes,
I've
I've
got a
heard
white
that.
company coconut lip balm. I thought this is going to be the one. No,
Yeah.
lips didn't like it.
I
But
hear
nipple cream
this.
has changed the game.
Yeah.
Changed
Yeah.
it completely. Yeah.
I did hear once, but I don't know how true this is, that with the, such as Vaseline, you put the Vaseline on, but then your lips crave it, so then they go drier.
I've had that. I think Vaseline sits on the surface and it doesn't actually go in to your lips.
Yes.
Also, I've
so it is
heard
finding the right one.
that your best, you to match your lip colour, to your nipple colour,
Yeah.
and that's your shade of lipstick to go
I mean,
for.
and everybody just wants to look at the nipples now, don't they, to see
Yeah,
what colour they
see
need.
what it is.
And also, you can't go into Charlotte Tilbury and be like, right, get your boob out and go, right, have you got can you match my nipple to
Although I think your lips aren't a bit naturally like that pillow talk colour.
I thought you were going to say
aren't
naturally
they?
like nipples, nipple colour. I was like, yeah, there we go. That is one I do like. I do like that
Yeah.
pillow talk. Yeah, maybe I should ring Charlotte and be like, you want to use me for
Perhaps
your
they should use one called like nipple talk instead. Yeah, the
nipple
perfect
talk.
shade.
Write that down. You copyright it. Let's
we'll
get
do
our own brand of nipple talk.
You gave us just before we went on the pod, we were talking. You actually gave us another tip that we were like, you have to say this on the pod.
What was it? I can't remember it.
You know, the cream under the eyes.
Yeah. So I heard not from Kate Moss, but that Kate Moss uses, or the models use pile cream under their eyes for puffiness. I know, like Anusol or you know, something like that under your eyes. Apparently, apparently.
I think a lot of people have got a tube of Anusol in there.
Yeah.
See,
You
I
probably
I
hasn't.
haven't. No,
I
I mean,
have.
this is complete news to me, but I'm going to go to the pharmacy after this and buy me some, what's it called? Anusol.
Anusol, yeah.
Get the right stuff, Becky, please.
And I think if you did have it for another reason, don't use that tube. Get a fresh one.
Get a new one. This could be game
that's very
changing.
true. It's Anusol, not anus-ol.
Yeah.
Just in case you go to the pharmacy.
I'm gonna go in and ask for pile
Have you
cream,
got
aren't I?
any
They're
Anusol?
going to look at me like, God. I'm going to try it.
You don't have to ask for it. It literally is there for you to just pick up, pop in your basket, off you go.
Guys,
Yeah, you
I'm
don't need
gonna
a
go and get
prescription.
some. Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
This is a good little
Well,
tip.
this is what I like about my nipple cream, because it's a tiny little tube. It looks like lip balm. It's
Yeah.
not like in the middle of the day you can get your Anusol out and just start rubbing it on your face. People are going to be like, oh dear.
I'm going to have to put it in a different tub, I think, aren't I? Or a different container.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's like a primer, put it on before so it would always be in the house anyway.
I'll try it and let you know.
Yeah.
All day
Okay.
long.
Yeah.
Anusol. It's great.
God, it's been fascinating, hasn't it?
I mean, we could probably, I've got so many questions, but I feel like we need to have you on again to talk about more. So what advice, so if there is someone listening that has been toying with the idea of maybe getting like a little bit of Botox, what would you recommend doing? What, do you have people come to you and they're really nervous, but they know they kind of want it? Like, what's the best way to start?
Yeah, well, with any injector, it should be that they would offer consultations. So I
Yes.
always offer a free consultation anyway.
Okay.
So people can decide or choose whether they want it over the telephone, a video call, or face to face. And then you can discuss anything it is, and there's never no obligation to book.
Yeah.
So, that's the best thing, is to go and talk to somebody, because sometimes I have had ladies come thinking they wanted a certain treatment. That actually, when we've discussed it, it wasn't that at all. They needed something else for that. And it's very difficult to look at your own face sometimes and know exactly what it is. So I think speak to an expert, find out all about it. I send all the information out to everybody with all pros, cons, all the information about it. Just make sure you're thoroughly read and you feel confident. And when you're then happy, because I would never treat anybody that's on the fence about it.
Yeah.
You
have to
need
be-
to be 100% and
Yeah.
like, right, I'm ready. It's time.
Yeah. Because it can be really confusing, can't it? Because you hear all these different treatments. You see fillers, Botox, and it's all called different things.
Yeah.
So you're right. You don't know what you need or what you want sometimes.
Yeah. So just to go and be able to chat about that and then work it out yourself, and then work out, how long it lasts versus how much it costs. Is it worth it to you? Is it something you want to do? Is it worth a try?
Yeah.
Scratch that itch.
And the good thing is, it wears off.
Yeah.
If you're not happy, it's not going to last forever, or even a year or something. It wears off, doesn't it?
So the Botox will wear off if there are any effects that you don't like within 6 weeks.
Yeah.
It takes 3 to 6 months really to fully wear off.
Yeah.
And filler lasts anything from like 9 months, 6 months to a year, depending on where it is and what it's for.
Yeah.
We need to talk filler next time, I feel like.
We do. We've got loads more to talk to you about, actually. We'll have to get you on again. But it would be quite good, wouldn't it? Because we're on a bit of a journey anyway to get you on, and we can ask your advice, and perhaps we'll get some people emailing in, asking
any
questions.
questions? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it'd be great.
So interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for our lip balms.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you so much
for having
coming
me.
in. Thank you for letting us ask you, bombard you with I feel like we've been like,
Anytime.
Botox.
Yeah, it's been so interesting though, and I'm definitely going to go and buy some of the.
You're off to the
anisole
chemist for some
straight after this, girls. Yeah.
Men's cream.
I bet they'll be sold out.
Yeah. So if anyone listening wants to find you, where can they find you?
I have a home clinic in Clown, Chesterfield.
Okay.
I'm on Instagram, Katie Ashley Aesthetics, and Facebook.
Okay.
All my phone number is
Yeah.
on there as well.
So what we'll do is we'll
Yeah.
share you on ours. So if you want
Oh,
to have a look
thank
at
you.
our Insta, we'll share it. And then if you've got any questions,
Yeah,
then
send them in.
email us in and then we'll have you on again and we'll
Absolutely.
continue the journey of youth.
Love it.
Chase
Thank you
that
so
youth.
much.
You're very welcome. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you for coming in. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Will do. Thank you.